right, so this is a kind of, remember that movie Catch Me If You Can?
Oh, yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Exactly.
good.
And Tom Hanks. Very, very good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he posed as a pilot and flew around and was on Pan Am Air and all that stuff and wrote phony checks and all that. Well, there's a Florida man that did something similar.
Oh, boy.
He posed as a flight attendant and booked over 120 free flights over the past 6 years.
6 years?
6 years he's been doing this, and he's been taking, going into like the portal where flight attendants schedule their flights, like maybe like to, all right, I'm working this one, or I'm a deadhead on this one, or I'm just, or using the employee benefits to get free flights. He's been taking people's badge numbers, employee ID numbers, and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
And using that to book for flight. So he's been posing as a flight attendant, and then he, goes there and goes, yes, yeah, here's my number, my ID. I'm just flying on this flight, or I'm using these employee benefits.
I'm like, he's not out there, giving out drinks and peanuts.
I don't know if it's like Tommy Boy where they're giving the safety instructions or whatever, but I'm just saying that this guy, his name is, I just had it, Tyron Alexander. Tyron Alexander, he's 35 years old. He's been doing this between 2018 and 2024, and he was just convicted of wire fraud.
Holy cow, you got away with it for 6 years, just flying all over the country, taking trips?
That's right. And we're not talking about just like no-name airlines. We're talking about Southwest, American, Delta, just to name a few.
So he was able to hack into their systems, obviously, and get the flight attendants' information and booked that way.
Right. And then, if he met some of the flight attendants like on a flight and somehow got their badge IDs when they were hanging on them or something like that.
Right.
Or somehow got that or stole them or whatever. But that's what he's been doing since 2018 to have free flights.
Oh, my gosh.
Florida man.
Of course it is.
How much money has that guy saved over the years?
He saved a lot, but he's facing like 10 years in prison. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but he's going to be in jail. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't do that kind of stuff. That's just crazy. I just can't believe he got away with it for so long.
He's going to be
busted him.
Yeah, maximum sentence for wire fraud is 20 years and 10 years for the charge of entering secure airport areas under false pretenses.
I wonder how he finally got caught.
I think they finally tracked it down that this wasn't a real person that was making all these flights, or they looked over the last, 120 flights. It's probably going to raise some eyebrows over 6 years.
Wow. Jeez.
So, or maybe he booked it and let's say you're a flight attendant and booked under Lana Phillips, and like, that's not Lana Phillips.
Right. Maybe he got busted that way.
Got busted that way, but
wow.
Got caught. 120 flights over 8 years, this Florida man.
That's 20 flights a year.
Yeah.
A year he's going.
Wow.
Almost 2 a month.
Would be great, though, if he was giving out the safety instructions, though, like Tommy Boy.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah. All right, everybody, take the little end, stick it into the big end on the seatbelt here, and that's how it works. All right, your I Feel Good story this morning. Commercial-free New Country 99.5 QYK. Taylor Swift. We know her. We love her.
Aw.
And she does a lot of great things for charities, and also, helping out different causes and things like that. You see her raising money or donating money and things like that
She has a lot
time.
to give.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, she went to the Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final, which was Edmonton Oilers against the Florida Panthers. This game happened to take place in Sunrise, Florida, and she was with Travis Kelce. We talked about this. They showed her on TV a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Got a lot of hate. Like, oh my gosh, now we're showing Taylor Swift at NHL games. Come on. Well, the next day, not on her social media, but a lot of things went viral because she decided she was going to go to the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh.
And visit some of the patients.
Aww.
And these were all videos posted by patients and parents of patients and whatnot, and some of the nurses and the doctors, because they couldn't believe she just walked in and started saying hello to everybody.
I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you. Hi. Do you want to sit down? Oh, of course. Thank you so much. Zoe? It's so nice to meet you. Is it okay if I sit?
Yeah.
Amazing. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Look at the nails that you have on right now. Are you kidding me? That is beautiful. Is this like a cat eye?
I mean, you're the biggest star in the world, and you're so genuine to people. I feel like,
Yep.
and we've had the pleasure of meeting her a few times, and it seems like every time you meet her, she is a genuine person. It's not a show.
No, when you meet Taylor, she will shake your hand and go, "Hi, I'm Taylor."
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Do you really have to say that to
Right.
people? And she's like, that's what I do. She
what
goes, I
these-
can't expect people to know who I am.
Yeah, but what these kids and families are going through, right? You know, at the Children's Hospital, and then
Yeah.
to have Taylor Swift walk in and just be such a human being to them, and sit down and talk about their nails, and she complimented one girl's hair. I saw some of the videos and posed for photos, and in no rush. This wasn't, and like I
Yep.
said, this wasn't on her social media. This wasn't her camera crew. This
Nope.
is. This is just Taylor walking in and doing something great for people. And I just think she gets a lot of hate, but I think she does a lot of good.
Yeah, she does. Because can you imagine, you're laying, in that room with your child, or your child
Yeah.
is just so sick and they just have no hope, and getting bad news, and in walks Taylor Swift. You know
Yeah.
how that's going to change the way that you think and
Yeah.
feel? I mean, the fact that Taylor Swift came to visit you, of
Yeah.
all the kids out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, so she took a lot of time, and
I
there's
love
a lot
that.
of videos with a lot of different patients that
Yeah.
she hung out with, and just was really, really cool to them. So
Yay, Taylor Swift!
Yeah, that's our I Feel Good story this morning. All right, so we talked about this last week, about the best staycation cities in America.
Uh-huh.
And we were all shocked to learn that Cincinnati, Ohio was the #1 staycation spot in the nation.
Yeah.
Very shocked by that.
Very shocked.
I would
It's like,
much rather be in Tampa.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere else.
But even more so, now that the story has come out of Cincinnati, Ohio, I'd really want to be in Tampa.
So there is a amusement park in Cincinnati. It's called Kings Island.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yep, they got lots of roller coasters
Oh, yeah.
and all kinds of fun things to do that you find at amusement parks. Well, they are telling the guests when you get on the roller coasters and when you get on any of the rides in the park to keep your eyes and your mouth closed. So no putting your hands up and screaming, when you go down the roller coasters. Keep your mouth, especially keep your mouth closed, because of the billions and billions of cicadas
Ooh, yeah.
that are flying all over the place in Cincinnati right now. The #1 place to staycation. So
And the #1 place to get a cicada in your mouth, apparently.
they said billions of red-eyed, broad 14 bugs is what they're called.
Oh.
They've popped out of the ground around the park, and they are now coating the trees and filling the air. So there's that nonstop buzzing of cicadas.
Oh, great.
So when you're on the roller coaster and you've got your arms up and you're screaming and your mouth's wide open, the cicadas are flying into your mouth.
Now, I have been on a roller coaster before where that's happened to me, not a cicada, but some type of bug has flown into my mouth, like a gnat or something like that, but not a cicada.
That'd be horrible.
And the fact is, they never warned me at the beginning of the ride, like, hey, by the way, this is such a problem that you got to keep your mouth shut and your eyes closed. Don't say a word on this ride as you're going upside down and all the craziness, because you are going to swallow a cicada. That is nasty.
Well, that's because, cicadas, they only come out, every 10, 15 years or something like that. And so this is that time of year where they're coming up, they're waking up from their sleep. The hibernation,
Yeah,
like
there
the
they are.
bears.
They're like
Like
the
the
bears. I don't know if it's exactly the same. But
Waking up from the hibernation, and they're just when you walk and when you everywhere you could there are just cicadas everywhere, all over, billions of them.
Cincinnati, Ohio, #1 staycation spot. That's enough for me not to go there.
That's just
Cicada.
funny
Did you
that-
say billions, by the way?
Billions.
Oh man.
No
Billions.
thanks.
When you're on a roller coaster and they're telling you to keep your mouth shut, that's a
Swarming
lot
you.
of cicadas.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's got to be loud up there.
Oh, just swarming you the whole time.
Have a great time in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're gonna stay here at Busch Gardens here in Tampa. We're gonna enjoy that instead.
Well, it's a call line. Fun fact. Woo!
Well, this is perfect coming out of that song, Pour Me a Drink.
Okay.
What is a 12-pack of Coca-Cola cost you at Publix?
It's like 7 something now.
Yeah, it's almost like $8 actually. Yeah, $8.
Okay.
$8 for a 12-pack of Coke. All right. Did you know that a can of Coke is 90% water?
All right.
90% water. A can of Diet Coke is 99% water.
Wow.
Think about all the money you're paying for. Sometimes you go to a vending machine and it's like $1.50 for a can of Coke, and you're paying almost 90% of that is just water.
Well, they always say it's like Coke's not the greatest for you. But if it's so much water, I wonder why it's not so great for you. Just
Because of that
all the
10%.
That 10% is so bad?
of what's
All
in
right.
there, yeah. But it sure is good, though, isn't it?
Yes, delicious. That water is good.
That $8 water is good. All right. For those of you that wear lipstick, JR, you might want to listen to this.
Go ahead.
Most lipstick contains fish scales.
I've always heard whale blubber.
Yeah. Like something from the water.
Yeah.
They say fish scales. There's an ingredient, if you look on your ingredients of your lipstick, ladies, it is called pearl essence. And what that is that comes from fish. It's the scales from the fish.
Right.
Fish lips.
So just put that right on your lips, ladies. And then they kiss you with it, guys.
Oh, my.
So it's really fish scales you're getting kissed with. So
Okay.
there you go. Like Taylor Swift. She always wears that red lipstick.
Yes.
Fish scales. All right, there you go. There's your Caroline Fun Fact.